What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Ben here, and today we're taking a look at 41 games. Yeah, that's right, 41 games that are set or expected to release in 2025. Some of these have confirmed dates, while others are still to be confirmed, or they just have like a rough estimation of 2025 as a release date. I've tried to include games that are realistically going to release in 2025, so that's why you won't see Elder Scrolls 6, you won't see Witcher 4 or Half-Life 3 on this list. You get the idea. As always, delays can happen, so don't be surprised if some of these titles end up being pushed back into 2026 or beyond. But with that all said, we'll be moving quite swiftly through these, so here's what we know about these upcoming games, and let's jump in. Starting things off, the medieval RPG is back with Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, promising an even deeper dive into this historically accurate world. Fans can expect more swordplay, intense storytelling, and expansive environments to explore. Tempting to actually check this first game out on the channel before the sequel releases, but this one is coming to PC, PS5, and the Xbox Series X and S on the 4th of February 2025. Ready to build your empire? Civilization 7 brings the iconic 4X strategy series into its next iteration with new leaders, mechanics, and ways to dominate the world. They've simplified some things, improved other things. It seems like the strategy has been so that this can be a console game alongside a PC game as well, so we'll have to see how this one is received. Civilization 7 lands on PC and consoles on the 11th of February 2025. Assassin's Creed franchise ventures into feudal Japan in Assassin's Creed Shadows, introducing stealth-focused gameplay with katana duels, grappling mechanics, and a richly detailed world. Originally expected in November 2024, this was pushed back by Ubisoft for extra polish. We'll play as two characters as well, one more stealthy, one more samurai focused. There's already plenty of discussion around that, but we'll have to see how it is when it releases. Expect this one on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC on Valentine's Day, 14th of February 2025. A narrative-driven story, Lost Records Bloom and Rage tells the story of Swan as she gets to know her new friends in a nostalgic dreamscape of 1995 Michigan, but not everything is as it seems. This is from Don't Nod, known for Life is Strange, Tell Me Why, and Banishers, so you know the narrative will be a strong focus here. Launching 18th of February 2025 for Part 1, and 18th of March 2025 for Part 2. It's set for PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S. From Obsidian Entertainment, Avowed is a first-person RPG set in the same universe as Pillars of Eternity. We'll be waiting for the Elder Scrolls 6 for quite a while, so maybe this can fill the gap in the meantime, and is shaping up to be a really great title on its own from the previews. With spellcasting, deep lore, and epic battles, it looks like a must-play for RPG fans. It's coming to Xbox Series X and S and PC on the 18th of February 2025. The hunt evolves with Monster Hunter Wilds, featuring massive open-world regions, new weapon types, and fierce monsters to take down with friends. Recent playtest for this was really good, although there were some concerns around performance issues, especially on PC. Hopefully the time between then and the release has been spent polishing some of that. Monster Hunter Wilds is coming to PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC on the 28th of February 2025. Prepare for chaos in Killing Floor 3, where the brutal co-op zombie shooter introduces new enemy types, weapons, and story-driven modes. Assemble the ultimate Z extermination squad for frenzied 6-player co-op. You can also brave the battlefield alone in intense single-player mode. Expected in March 2025. No firm date on this yet though. This one's targeting PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S. A unique narrative-driven puzzler, Split Fiction blends sci-fi storytelling with time manipulation mechanics. This is the latest title from Joseph Fares and Hazelight Studios, creators of It Takes Two and A Way Out. This intriguing title is set to release on the 6th of March 2025 for PC and consoles, and I'm already prepared for this one to be an absolute hit. Highly anticipated sci-fi survival game Atomfall is set in an area of Britain that has been hit by a nuclear disaster. We'll need to explore, scavenge, and craft and fight our way through the quaint British villages. Fallout, but in the British countryside. Sign me up. Arriving 27th of March 2025. This one's coming to PC and consoles, and it's also a day one release on Game Pass as well. Expecting to finally be a game that can go toe-to-toe with the Sims franchise, Inzoi is an upcoming game where you can create characters and build houses to live the life of your dreams and experience all the different emotions of life in a deep and detailed simulation. The Sims have been unchallenged for a long time, arguably allowing it to be complacent, so some competition in this genre will be welcome in the community, I'm sure. It's launching on the 28th of March 2025 for PC. They did say that PS5 and Xbox Series X and S will be a target, but I'm not sure if that's going to be in 2025 or if that's going to be further down the line. This next game is Revenge of the Savage Planet. This sequel expands on the quirky sci-fi exploration of the original, with even stranger worlds to explore and new tools to experiment with. I really like the odd humor and the tongue-in-cheek poking at the corporate capitalism of the first one, and I expect that will fully continue in this one. Looks like they've made the shift to third-person perspective rather than the first person, and obviously it's going to be co-op if you want it to be as well from the get-go. So look out for that. That's coming May 2025 on PC and consoles. The Alters explores alternate versions of the main character's life in an emotional sci-fi adventure trying to escape from a planet you're stranded on. You'll play as Jan Dolsky, who starts to create alternate versions of himself to help escape the planet, and will feature some survival and base building elements as well. It also will be combining deep moral choices and strategy, so I'm interested to see how this one goes and how it all pieces together. There's a demo on Steam you can check out right now for a little taster of what's to come, and it's expected in Q1 2025 on PC and consoles. Albion returns in a reimagining of the iconic series. Fable brings a fresh yet nostalgic take on the beloved RPG with storytelling at its heart. This one is being handled by the Forza Horizon devs Playground Games, so it'll be interesting to see how they get on with a complete different genre and style of game. Really like the idea of how this one's shaping up, but we'll have to see how it is when it actually releases. Fable is expected to be launched on an Xbox Series X and S and PC sometime in 2025, and obviously as a first-party title, it will be a day one Game Pass title as well. Elden Ring Night Rain is a new standalone adventure in the Elden Ring universe, promising to add new regions, bosses, and lore to the lands between. Not 100% sure if this is aiming to be like a Monster Hunter, but in the Elden Ring universe, or it's just more of a casual action RPG co-op setting built from the ground up, rather than them adding co-op to the Elden Ring kind of game already. Either way, more Elden Ring is good, right, for those that are fans of it. Platforms include PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S. There's no date on this yet other than 2025. Techland's next installment in the Dying Light universe, The Beast, adds deeper RPG elements and terrifying new infected. It's a standalone adventure set out in the woods where you'll need to use your survival skills to keep yourself alive. Even better, if you have the Ultimate Edition of Dying Light 2, then you actually get this game at no extra cost. Probably started off as a DLC and has just ended up being its own fully fledged thing. Anyway, expected by summer 2025, it's coming to PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S. Now we have Dune Awakening. The open world survival MMO set in Frank Herbert's Dune universe will pit players against Arrakis' harsh environment. Developed by Funcom, you'll live in a version of Dune where Paul Atreides was never born, and so it has its own separate timeline of events to let you, the player, forge your own destiny on the sands of Arrakis. Look for it on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S in 2025. Maybe we'll get some playtests, early access in the first half of 2025. We will have to see. Doom goes medieval in the Dark Ages, introducing brutal melee combat alongside traditional gunplay. You also get a big shield and you can throw it around like a boomerang, and it looks really, really good. You can just spend time slaying hundreds of thousands of demons as you work your way through this action FPS prequel. It's coming to PC and consoles in 2025, and obviously as being part of Xbox and its first-party publishing, it will be a Game Pass Day 1 title as well. Hideo Kojima's surreal world returns with Death Stranding 2 on the beach, continuing Sam's journey in the world altered by the Death Stranding phenomenon. This will be a PS5 exclusive to begin with in 2025. PC and Xbox will probably follow in a year or so, no doubt. Gearbox is back with Borderlands 4 with more over-the-top weapons, characters, and mayhem. They have promised to tone down the toilet humor and focus on better narrative and more engaging gameplay. Here's hoping this can be a return to form for the series. It's expected for 2025 at some point. This one could be one that slips into 2026 though, we'll have to see. Expect it on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S at some point. Ghost of Yotai, this is the sequel to Ghost of Tsushima, developed by Sucker Punch, and this time we will take control of Atsu, a female warrior who adopts the persona of the ghost. It'll be set in Hokkaido, Japan in 1603, 329 years after the first game. This will be a PS5 exclusive to begin with and is expected at some point in 2025. South of Midnight is this southern gothic adventure from Compulsion Games. It promises a mix of supernatural mystery and deep narrative, set in a haunting yet vibrant reimagining of the American South. It's perfect for fans of narrative-driven games with a spooky twist. Coming to Xbox Series X and S and PC, and this one will be a Game Pass Day 1 title too, of course. Obsidian's satirical RPG returns with The Outer Worlds 2, bringing more quirky characters, choice-driven narratives, and expansive planets to explore. Expect it on the Xbox Series X and S and PC, as well as day one Game Pass, and it's mentioned on a recent trailer it is going to be coming to PlayStation as well, given Xbox's new multi-platform strategy. Samus Aran is back in Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, continuing her epic sci-fi adventures in a new galaxy with updated visuals and thrilling exploration. This Nintendo Switch exclusive will surely be a major highlight for Metroid fans. We've been waiting a long time, and here's hoping it'll be coming out alongside a Nintendo Switch 2 for even more impressive performance and visuals. I'm starting to wonder if the Nintendo Switch can actually kind of look after some of these bigger titles that are coming out. Sometime in 2025 is the release window for this one though, but this one's been through a bit of development hell. Wouldn't be surprised if this one gets pushed back to 2026. The Mafia series heads to Sicily in Mafia: The Old Country, offering a gripping origin story filled with intrigue, family drama, and crime. It'll be a prequel to the first Mafia game and serving as a mini reset for the series after the poorly received Mafia 3. This is expected to be on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S, and we're expecting a summer 2025 release date for this one. Obviously, the big one, you're probably all wondering at what point was this one going to show up. This is the long-awaited Grand Theft Auto 6, and it's promising a sprawling open world, revolutionary gameplay systems, intense narrative. The bar is so high on this one. We've been expecting such big things from this. It's set to redefine sandbox gaming, and it's expected to launch Q3 or Q4 of 2025, around that October time, we'd be thinking. For PS5 and Xbox Series X and S, there is not going to be any PC release for 2025 as far as we're at the moment. They're going to do the double dip technique, and probably it will be on PC in 2026 because they know most PC players are going to probably just buy this on console and then buy it on PC later. Baffling decision, but not for the bank balances. They know what they're doing. Be prepared for trailers and gameplay to start ramping up for this one. It is coming out towards the end of 2025, and expect many of the games on this list to make sure that they are releasing before or after this game, because no one's going to go toe-to-toe for this one. This game is probably going to be another top seller for years to come. A reboot of the 1999 cult classic Amazon: The Explorer's Legacy blends adventure and puzzle solving in stunning exotic locales. Using your unique hydrofloat, you'll be able to sail the water as easily as you can fly in the sky as you explore the mysteries and puzzles of the Amazon. This one's targeting a Q2 2025 release, so you're thinking spring to summer, on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S. This one is Polaris. It's a first-person survival game in a post-nuclear procedurally generated Arctic world, and you'll get around by using your skis to navigate the icy wastelands. I already saw comments on the trailer of the Long Dark at Home. Like, I feel like anyone sees a snowy survival game, people just think it's like the Long Dark or like a Long Dark copy. It does look like it's doing some of its own things though. The ski thing is very interesting as well. You'll need to survive the cold, scavenge for resources, fend off enemies while you try and uncover the mystery of why you are the last one alive. Expect this atmospheric title in Q3 2025 for PC. Arc Raiders has players battling robotic threats while scavenging for resources in a dystopian sci-fi setting. I've had some hands-on time with this game and I really enjoyed it. It's from developers Embark Studios, who've been doing really well with the finals. This was originally a PvE only game though, and they have jumped into that PvE hype, so I'll have to see how it goes. I do think this would have been better as a PvE or a PvP title rather than a mix of it, but we'll have to see. It looks amazing. I love the art design and the style of this one. Really got some good vibes going. Coming to PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S sometime in 2025. And the game that Arc Raiders will be going head-to-head against is Marathon, the latest from Bungie, as they boot up this IP but reimagined also as a PvPvE extraction shooter set in a cyberpunk future. Coming to PC and consoles, Bungie promising rich lore, deep gameplay systems. Bungie's been under threat with poor Destiny 2 retention and performance in recent months following the Final Shape expansion. We've reported that the money on the line for this one and the cost of this game, and Sony obviously breathing down Bungie's neck, they really need Marathon to deliver. Let's hope it's good. Expected to be mid to latter 2025 for a release window. Kind of see this one being shifted into 2026 though. We've seen nothing gameplay wise about this one. And another extraction shooter. I thought I'd bundle these all together. Exoborn is a tactical open world extraction shooter combining weather-based survival mechanics with a post-apocalyptic US setting. This one felt a bit like Battlefield meets Division meets an extraction shooter in a way, kind of all mixed into one. Battlefield from like the destruction and the weather events. Exoborn is expected to launch on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S at some point in 2025. Return to the depths with Subnautica 2, expanding the underwater survival adventure with new biomes, threats, and technology. Perfect for fans of exploration games. It's coming to PC and consoles in 2025. Extremely ready to jump into this game as I love the previous ones. Also saw this would be coming to Game Pass day one, which is pretty cool. And from the trailer, it does seem to suggest there will be co-op as well built in from day one. Set in a post-apocalyptic Soviet Union, Pioneer combines survival mechanics with MMO elements. Explore dangerous zones, scavenge for resources, and uncover dark secrets. Think Tarkov and Stalker mixed together, but they're an MMO as well. It will have PvE only missions. It will have PvP missions. It's going to be all handled in a 50 square kilometer map. This one's hitting PC in 2025. 14 years before Gears of War, war heroes Marcus Phoenix and Dom Santiago return home to face a new nightmare, the Locust Horde. It's certainly a hopeful 2025, but there are rumors circulating that this is what Microsoft and Xbox are targeting. We will have to see though. I wonder if Gears 6 has been shelved for the time being, or if that's also being worked on. But anyway, this prequel to the original will be coming to PC and Xbox, as well as Game Pass day one, hopefully at some point towards the end of 2025. Again, hopefully. Psychological horror adventure Karma: The Dark World takes place through twisted dimensions filled with puzzles and existential dread. I checked out the demo for this during a recent Steam Next Fest, I'll leave a link below, and thoroughly enjoyed it. Quirky and surreal, doesn't even begin to cover it, but really great ideas and a gripping narrative. I'm looking forward to this one. It's expected at some point in 2025 on PC and consoles, but there's no firm date on this yet. This quirky action-adventure game combines exploration, survival, and intriguing art style with a little bit of monster hunting from the looks of it. Little Devil Inside was teased years ago and has been in development for quite some time. It kind of dropped off the face of the earth for a while. It is expected to be coming to PC, PS5, and Xbox, as well as Switch, as per their website, but don't be surprised if we see this one slip into 2026. They kind of pop up with some info and then they disappear for years, so we'll have to see on this one. From the makers of Black Desert Online, Crimson Desert is an open-world RPG blending intense combat with story-driven experience. From my understanding, this is more of a single-player vibe, and it's not really going to be an MMO in that regard. It's currently touted for the late 2025 release. Platforms include PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S. If there's an optimistic title on this list, it's probably this one. From the creator of BioShock, Judas is a narrative-driven shooter set in a dystopian universe with moral dilemmas at its core. Expect innovative gameplay, gripping storytelling, and I mean, you can just tell from the trailer you're seeing right now, it's very BioShock-esque aesthetic, as the prior creative director of BioShock and System Shock, Ken Levine, leads the development studio. It was given a March 2025 release window, but we've seen very little since, very little communication or gameplay, so I would expect this is going to be later on in 2025, or most likely will be 2026. I would be surprised if we don't see this at one of these kind of summer showcases or something like that, but we might see that the release date has then been pushed back. Anyway, I've included it here just in case, but as I said, it's more wishful thinking on my part. It'll be coming to PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S when it does eventually release. A vibrant sci-fi action game, Star Overdrive mixes fast-paced combat with open-world exploration in a galaxy at war. It's a lovely art style, and you'll traverse the world using your hoverboard as you explore and fight your way through the world and face challenging bosses. Star Overdrive is coming to PC and consoles at some point in 2025. The next step in the Pokemon Legends series, ZA, offers a deeper dive into the origins of the legendary Pokemon with expansive exploration and updated mechanics. This time we'll be in Lumio City from the Kalos region used in Pokemon X and Y, but there's not a lot else known about this title right now other than 2025. I expect Nintendo will provide a day and date for this at some point in one of their Nintendo Directs. Obviously, coming exclusively to Nintendo Switch, again, maybe a Nintendo Switch 2 launch title. It would make sense if they were going to do that. The reboot of the legendary series Perfect Dark introduces Joanna Dark in a sleek cyberpunk thriller filled with stealth and action. This one has had a bit of development hell from the sounds of things, but it's technically slated for a 2025 release. We did see a lot of gameplay. The gameplay that you'll be seeing right now, that was from the last year. So we'll have to see if that's coming, but if not, this one might be a 2026 release as well. It's launching on Xbox Series X and S and PC, and will be a Game Pass day one when it does release. The long-awaited sequel to the indie hit Hollow Knight Silksong brings new challenges, gorgeous visuals, and intricate exploration and challenge. Hollow Knight fans have been waiting patiently for a release date for this one for a long time. All we know is it's coming to PC, consoles, and Switch at some point. Hopefully, it will be in 2025, but again, this one's a bit of a hopeful one. And that's a wrap on the 41 games we're expecting or hoping to see in 2025. Let me know in the comments which games you're most excited about. Are there any that I missed? For me, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Avowed, and Pioneer, I'm really looking forward to those. I'll probably be checking out Split Fiction and Subnautica 2 as well. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell to stay up to date with all things gaming. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care.